You are a monster, Greg.
I'm a horrible monster, according to some people.
Yeah, but I don't think creating abstract art is what makes me a monster.
Oh man, let's go ahead.
He called me a monster, and then he went off on who was the guy who did the abstract splatter paintings?
Jackson Pollock.
Jackson Pollock, and just that shit bird. So
lovely.
All right, let me.
He's a great guy, but he does not like abstract art.
All right.
Has to.
Let's go ahead and introduce ourselves before we get to.
I think we'll.
We need to get on the rails first before we can get off the rails. Hey, it's Russ Payton with Ludonarrative Dissidents here with our August live stream. We skipped July because it was hot and we were busy doing things, but we're back now, and we have wrapped up season 3. We have the last episode in the can, and that should be released soon. We also have the zine. I don't know if you remember the Kickstarter for it, but we promised a zine, and we have it. I have the PDF done, so we just need to post that. And then that's it. That's all the things we promised for the Kickstarter. So we're free. Yeah.
It's like that old. It's like that old cookie commercial. Do you remember the zine Ludonarrative Dissidents promised? Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah, basically. And so then we can start working on season 4 Kickstarter. So that
make me buy more books, Ross. I'm into it.
Okay, well, it's not me per se; it's the fans. The fans want that. So
the fans will give you money to buy the books.
Fans.
That's true. They will.
I'm into it.
Yeah, it's a net profit for you there, Greg. You get books and money, and you get to talk about the books. So,
books, money, hearing the sound of my own voice. What's the catch?
You have to listen to my voice as well. That's the catch.
The lovely dulcet tones of James Wallace.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
The mellifluous tones of England.
We
got one.
Melly England.
Merry England, yeah. But James, you have a bit of news first.
Yeah, yes. I've got a couple of things. I'll start with a little one. It's really hot here. It's really dry. My lawn has completely died. And as I was walking across my path the other day, I spotted what looked like a raspberry that somebody had trodden on. And it's not. It's this. It's a dice which I dropped in 2018. And clearly at some point it got trodden on. It just got pushed down into the mud. Ask it, Greg. How do I know it was 2018? Because this is not just any old D6. This is a Spiel 2018 souvenir dice. And there's only one reason why.
Closer to the camera, please.
Yeah, it'll fuzz out. Yeah, I think you can just about see. That's not, there we go. There's a Spiel imprint on there. So the only time it wouldn't have been in my dice collection is when I was bringing it, because this is a shed at the bottom of the garden, which makes the thing sound enormously large. It's when I was bringing it across to join the games loop that it lives in the shed. So I must have dropped it in 2018. 8 years. That's been embedded in the earth, and I found it. That's a tiny little thing, but it's one of those things.
Some of us take care of our dice, James.
Just one of those odd things. It's, my paths crossed with Baron Munchausen's 30 years ago. And since then, occasionally weird stuff happens. And I'm really looking forward to telling you about some weird stuff in the next one in a month's time, which I can't tell you about yet. But speaking of Baron Munchausen,
you and your secrets, James.
Me and my continuities. This is the French edition. There's never been a French edition of The Extraordinary Adventures of Baron Munchausen before. This has literally arrived today. It's slightly larger than the American one was in terms of physical size. Yes, that is the picture of the dice. This is, I won't send a picture of the book. It looks very much like the English one.
Push it out?
Yeah.
I'm still on the die.
Sorry? Yeah, I pulled it out.
The dryness pushed it up? Oh, okay.
No, it's the dryness killed the grass so that I could see it. And then I pulled it out. You can see the hole there. It was completely flush.
Archaeology, basically.
With the utterly dry ground. But anyway, the French have done... Nano Games have done a really lovely edition. I'm told the translation is excellent. I don't speak enough French to know if they've got all the puns right. I'm told it's really good. And if you are French or a French speaker, or you have friends who are French speakers, this should be available very shortly. Go out and pre-order it. Thank you. That's about it for me in news. I was in Sweden for 2.5 weeks, and it was bloody lovely. And Stockholm has some great game shops. And I didn't buy anything. I was looking for some really good, kind of local Swedish games that wouldn't have made their way across to the UK. And then I realised that the reason they haven't made their way across to the UK is because they're in Swedish, which is no use to me at all. But
what does this mean? Google says this means depression and church burning. Is Google wrong? No, Google is not wrong.
The thing I realized is that actually, if you're an English speaker, if you look closely at Swedish, a lot of it is parsable. The languages are remarkably, I'm not going to say similar, but the overlaps are incredible. There's a brilliant poster. We were out on an island. And a notice board at the local marina had a poster called "How to Stop Smuggling" or "How You Can Help Stop Smuggling," and it took me 2 glances to realise that it was in Swedish, because most of the words, the keywords, were the same as the English words. And yeah, it's anyway. I'm just waffling. Didn't buy any Swedish role-playing games. Probably should have done.
Yeah.
Yes.
I know. When I went to Japan, I visited Yellow Submarine. I grabbed a couple of JRPG books just to say I had them, even though I can't read them. I did find a Call of Cthulhu book that has apparently English fan translations. I need to run some Japanese Call of Cthulhu scenarios.
I remember you talking about this.
So that's on my very long to play and run games list.
Giant, beautiful hipster.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean,
you won't be familiar with this scenario. It's from Japan.
You have to play Call of Cthulhu in its original Japanese. That's
very good. Oh, can I just jump in for a moment?
What's a critical hit?
Very quickly, reminded of the original language and stuff. There's a series on HBO that we've just started watching. We're almost 2 complete episodes in. It's called The Killings at Parish Station. It's Australian.
Oh, yeah.
It's really good because it is not letting on whether or not it's a cult, or whether there are certainly occult elements in there, but is any of the supernatural stuff actually real? 2 episodes in, the atmosphere is thick. The actors are perfectly cast. It jumps between the modern day 20 years ago and 20 years before that. It's really worth, certainly the first episode, 2 episodes, worth your time. If you're not into it at that point, by all means. Yeah. And there's also, but the reason I mention it in particular is there's a plot thing, which it's in the first draft or in the scriptwriter's notes, it was clearly the Necronomicon. It's not the Necronomicon anymore. It's the Bone Gospel. Is that a real thing? Because they say, Ambrose Poe and Bierce referred to it. I don't think they did. I'd not heard of it before. But yes, clearly the book is meant to be there.
My instinct says no. If there was something with a name that cool, I'd have heard of it by now.
Yeah,
I think so. But the idea is it's a fictional book that a number of authors have referred to. And the whole thing...
John, Shane, or Dennis would have told me about it.
Yeah, we'd have heard. Anyway.
Or Ken Hite would have been like, what do you mean? What do you mean you don't know about the Bone Gospel?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I feel
anyway. Worth really enjoying it so far. It may, whether it sticks the landing, I don't know, but it's thus far it's creepy as hell, and I'm loving it.
Okay.
Ottawa in the house, apparently. Sorry.
Yeah.
I've been watching The Devil in Silver. It's on Shudder. Based on the novel by Victor Laval, which I really, really liked. It's not as good I didn't like it as much as Big Machine. Big Machine is my favorite because it felt so very Unknown Armies-y to me. And I'm like, someone else is like me. I feel seen. But the premise of The Devil in Silver is that you've got, it's season 2 of The Terror.
3.
And it's 3? What was 2?
Let's see here. Second season, Infamy, is set in American internment camps for Japanese Americans during World War II.
I don't know. Okay.
Oh yeah, I've heard about The Devil in Silver. It was created by Victor Laval.
Victor Laval, yes, he's great.
Yeah.
If you have not read Victor Laval and you like horror in the modern day, Big Machine's really funky. I think The Changeling is probably like the best objectively. But The Devil in Silver is, it's gritty, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it goes from gritty to sort of dreamlike and weird in a way where it's like, no, these are actually the same thing. The distinction between gritty and dreamlike is just in your imagination. And the premise is that this guy gets into it with his girlfriend's ex, and the cops who bust him are so lazy. It's end of shift and their overtime hours have been cut. So they're like, man, if we arrest him properly, we'll have to do the paperwork on our own time. But if we put him on a psych hold, that's much easier. So we'll just dump him at this creepy old asylum. And and he gets there and they're like, you just got to wait out 72 hours. Just be compliant. Just, do what we say. Take the meds we give you. You'll be out. It'll be better than getting arrested and having to go to court and all that, right? And he's like, okay. And they're like, okay, so just take these pills. And when he takes the pills, he wakes up 3 days later and they're like, well, you've been non-compliant for 2 days. And he's like, what do you mean I've been non-compliant? You haven't been taking your medicine. I've been asleep the whole time. Well, now you're here for 2 weeks. And the place is hella haunted.
Oh my God. I've Victor LaValle also wrote The Ballad of Black Tom, which is a great reinterpretation of H.P. Lovecraft's work. And
the horror at Red Hook, right?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And
placed it now. Got it.
Yeah, The Devil in Silver, I believe. Yeah, Dan Stevens is the main character. And Dan Stevens is a great actor. I do like Dan Stevens.
What's he been in? Because I'm like, who's this guy? I know this guy, but I don't know.
He did that Marvel series that was like 3 seasons or 4 seasons and didn't ping on the radar at all. And I blitzed them a few months ago.
Well,
the kind of creepy, weird, surreal superhero.
That's it, Legion.
Legion,
yes.
It's really good.
Thank you,
It's not quite as good as the Doom Patrol, but almost.
I've watched the first couple seasons of Doom Patrol, and I'm like, this is just about people being sad. Why am I bringing more sad into my life? I want to be a net exporter of sad.
But at the same time, it's funny. Also, Brendan Fraser says fuck more than you would think was possible.
My favorite Dan Stevens role is actually The Guest from 2014, which is, oh my goodness.
Wait, that's the same guy?
Yes, directed by Adam Wingard. He went on to do some of the more recent Godzilla films. The Guest is a great soldier comes home who visits a family of, I served with your dead brother. And or your dead son, and then it turns out there's something wrong with the guest, and this is relevant because Adam Wingard's new movie is coming out called Onslaught, which is set in the same universe, the same setting as the guest, and Dan Stevens is in that as well, although he's playing a different character. His upcoming movie, Onslaught, is about these genetically engineered super soldiers who escape and go on a killing rampage. And if you haven't seen the trailer for that, I recommend that. Yeah, it's coming out next month actually, and I'm very looking forward to that. Dan Stevens playing like a crazy scientist in Onslaught, but great stuff.
And he will probably be fully unrecognizable, right?
Yes, yeah, he plays like an old, German insane scientist guy who is he's got bald, all messed up.
I wouldn't say The Guest is great. I enjoyed it. It was good, but I'm not putting it up there with. I'm not willing to tag the G word on it yet.
Okay, all right, fair enough. But anyways, a lot of
I was just going to say, he's one of those actors like Sam Rockwell who's never quite had he's everybody who watches his stuff knows how brilliant he is, but it's never quite broken through into the mass market. And
Man.
yeah, I would love to see them do something together. I think there would be a catalyst. Something would happen. It would be great.
I mean, I'm thinking about what was the time travel movie Source Code with Jake Gyllenhaal, right?
Yeah,
which was good and interesting, but I'm just like, I think he's too good of an actor to be an action hero, and I don't know why that's a thought in my head. I'm like, obviously, a great actor should be able to be a great action hero, but I'm not sure that the skill sets fully overlap.
So yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Valid criticism. Someone in the chat just mentioned Universal Soldier, which Onslaught is definitely riffing on this idea, although it's not clear if they're actually like dead soldiers brought back to life and made into killing machines or whatever. I do want to mention there's a really actually like legitimately great Universal Soldier film, and it's the most recent one, Universal Soldier Day of Action. Yes, I've talked about this before, but it's like Universal Soldier by way of like Nicholas Winding Refn, like way of Drive and films like that. And Jean-Claude Van Damme is basically being like a Colonel Kurtz type character. And it's very like what is real, what is not, and really great action scenes as well. It's
if I haven't seen the first Universal Soldier, will I be able to follow it?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, it's pretty much a standalone film.
I was always told that this. Sorry, Greg, go ahead.
Because you recommended the movie JCVD, I think on one of these live streams, and I watched that. I'm like, okay, Jean-Claude Van Damme is not afraid to get real weird with it, and I approve. I appreciate that. It was like when he was on Friends, and I'm like. This is the last person I expected to guest on Friends, but he's kind of nailing it, and trying to get in a three-way with Rachel and Monica. I'm like, this is genuinely funny.
JCVD is interesting because like a lot of these older action star will just phone in their roles, and they're just there to be the name on the marquee and to like as other unknown actors do most of the action, and they're in it for like 10 minutes for a paycheck and to put the name on the poster.
But like Bruce Willis stuff,
JCVD,
the term I've heard is called geezer teaser. So like, and JCVD does do that in some roles, but like he still tries in some of his movies. Like it is so in JCVD the movie, as opposed to talking about him by his initials, he's front and center the whole time and great and completely taking the piss out of himself.
Yes, absolutely unafraid to do it. And then there's a monologue. I'm not going to spoil anything. He does a monologue to camera, and you're thinking, how did we not know this guy could act like this? Because this is a bravura piece of filmmaking.
Incredible direction.
Literally, it's very brave.
Yeah,
but he pulls it off. It's
So someone in the chat is saying, I worked with him as a human. He is flawed, but I like his movies, even though I don't like him as a person. Wow. Ouch. What can I ask what job you did where you were exposed to the muscles from Brussels?
Never meet your heroes is a universal phrase. I would not be surprised.
God, I want to tell you a story. It'll have to wait till next month. I'm sorry.
No worries.
By the way, Baz, I did see more like Ludonarrative dinguses, and words hurt, Baz. Okay, words can hurt.
So,
oh God, don't meet Ross, especially if he's.
I'm a horrible monster. I mean, Maddie met me, and we're married now, so I guess maybe sometime. But I wasn't Maddie's hero. I was just,
she was. You were just some guy. That okay.
Yeah.
So here, let me throw this out to to James and Ross. Did the women you married, your spouses, were they wowed by like your writing talent and gaming successes? Because mine, if anything, it feels like she likes me. I'm not going to say in spite of the writing. I've told her about things, and she's like, "Oh, that's really interesting," and she's read stuff. She's like, "Oh, that was really good," but it's never. I'm like, no. If I want to make Martha happy, writing a story is not the way to do it. Refinishing the deck is the way to do it.
Well, I mean, for me, it was the parasocial thing, right? Like I'm on a podcast with my friends, and I'm being funny and charming and kind with my friends, and like that was enough to get Maddie to start messaging me, and that,
Wow.
So yeah, it was not the right.
You rarely hear about that working.
Yeah.
So, wow, you
Congrats,
just
man. Yeah,
that is that's an achievement. That's
actually, this leads into I do want to mention I went to Gen Con this year, and
I was going to tell
back
my
on
story.
topic.
And we went to the
back to gaming.
Yeah, we spoke about this at Gen Con. Idris was also there. I did go to the Diana Jones Awards, and I said hi to Matt Forbeck and
thank you.
Yeah. But I'm more of an introvert, oddly enough, and Maddie is very extroverted, and so Maddie would go out, wander the Slippery Noodle, the bar that it was held at, and would get people to introduce to me, and like it worked great. But like while I was talking to someone else, Maddie wandered around and like was talking to people and like and talked to Ken Hite and among others, and be like. And then mentioned, oh, I know Ross, and like, oh, how do you know Ross? Well, I'm married to him. I was like, oh, wow, you're married to Ross? Wow. And like, my opinion of Ross Payne just raised by a bit,
I mean, the line, wow, how'd you pull that? Was right there. But
yeah. So that was an interesting experience to go through at Gen Con, so Gen Con was very fun, but like having people be surprised that I'm married to Maddie,
that a human woman is prepared to associate with you, which certainly has surprised some of my friends in the past. My wife and I we were set up by friends. It was kind of a blind date in the early days of social media. We were basically friends connected our profiles for us and introduced us, and we went on we had spoken online, and I happened to have some free cinema tickets. Like, do you want to come and see a Coen Brothers movie? I recommend that as a ploy, particularly if it stars George Clooney. Sadly, not one of the good Coen Brothers movies. I digress. Anyway, she had no idea who I was in terms of gaming and stuff. She's not a gamer. Her family play a few board games. Her mother's a big bridge player. But so we were just kind of bopping along in our early dating life, and we met late October. Start of December is Dragon Meet in London. It's like, would you like to come along to Dragon Meet? You can meet some of my friends. Now, I had set up Dragon Meet a few years previously. So we walk into Dragon Meet, and literally the entire convention is James! And at that point, he realized that I was a medium-sized fish in a very small pond. But but she's never role-played so far as I know. She's... don't think she's read very much of my stuff. She's also a writer, so she's completely unimpressed with the fact that I have books coming out in French. God, I pulled this out at the dinner. Literally, I opened the package at dinner this evening, and my family were just like, "It's one of your books in French, Dad. So what?" I'm like, it's got a real bookmark. Aww. And they're quite like that.
Got to keep you humble.
Yeah, they really do.
I mean, okay, yeah. Does Maddie keep you humble, Ross?
Oh yeah. 100%. So
sometimes I think about what I would be like if I did not have people in my life who kept me humble, and it is scary.
Yeah. Yup. You get weird. And you
do.
Yeah. We all know of people like that, and especially in the RPG and circles and that kind of thing. So I don't know if Luzaki had anybody, but I remember Caleb Stokes telling me stories about like walking back to his hotel at Gen Con and Luzaki just mumbling about setting his warehouse on fire because his business partner's cheating. It's like, yeah, there probably maybe someone should have kept more tabs on Luzaki, get him a little more grounded. I'm speculating. I have no idea, but yeah. So let's see here. Greg Stolze, the cult leader. Yeah. I could see
I
that.
don't think I have the charisma. I bet, maybe if people hadn't constantly been keeping me humble, I would. I don't know.
I think you could fake it. You know enough about cults and how they work to like get it going. You wouldn't have your heart in it, but you could probably. But you wouldn't come naturally.
Why would you run a cult if your heart wasn't in it?
For the money and power? I don't know.
And the groupies?
Yeah.
But just to have money, power, and endless sex partners? Pfft, what's the point of that? I would rather have the rewards of art, writing, and game design.
But then you'd have lots of people telling you your art and stuff were great, and they would go out and
to the Stolze house, please. Yeah. Medical team to the Stolze house.
Think about all those Scientologists who go out and buy Hubbard novels in bookstores to keep his book and selling.
Those poor bastards, man.
You could have one hell of a LARP too. Every cultist on NPC take over a small town. Yeah.
God, that would be bizarre.
Yeah.
I'm now imagining LARP night at the cult compound, and it's just a weekly, recurring, ongoing LARP, and everyone's character in it is completely disconnected from who they really are, and like the cult leader is like the village shoemaker, and they're like, oh, this just proves that inside he's so humble.
I mean, like, judging from the gossip I hear about actual ongoing LARPs, there's probably at least one cult embedded as a, posing as a LARP.
I mean,
I would be very
any social structure can turn cult-like if the conditions are right. I remember going to a martial arts seminar, right? And hearing about a guy who turned his dojo into a cult.
Oh, yeah.
And that, they're like, yeah, oh man, he's got all these teenage runaways he's sleeping with. It's disgusting. We were all really glad when he got arrested by the cops. And I'm like, so was his Waza any good? And they just kind of sighed and they're like, yeah, he was really good at the techniques. It was really crisp and sharp.
I mean, there's the world of fake martial arts is full of cults, like all those people who believe in chi and the dim mock and stuff like that. That's
no touch Aikido.
And, But anyway, more about Gen Con.
I was going to ask.
Gen Con.
Okay.
Yes.
Have you got one where you're like?
Well, Gen Con was really good. I did survive the tornado.
There was a freaking tornado.
Did you die, Ross?
No, it was funny because I was at the JW Marriott when the tornado, like the heavy rain that day. Some places in the convention center, the roof leaked, and fortunately it was over a play area, so just card tables that people could move around. And not like the actual vendor section. But my hotel lobby got flooded too, but fortunately I wasn't there when it happened, the Omni Severin. But when the tornado warning happened, you could just hear hundreds of phones all go off at the same time, like tornado warning. And like people from the West Coast.
That's gotta be a very distressing sound once you realize what it is.
To be fair, on Saturday afternoon in Gen Con, I'm like so tired it doesn't it's just barely like, yep, sure, okay. Like it mutes my anxiety and like whatever at this point. And I'm a Midwesterner. I've grown up with these. This is just like background radiation for me. I don't even know. Like,
oh, this shit again.
I'm waiting
into the basement.
I'm on the floor by one of the giant windows of the hotel lobby waiting for my restaurant reservation. And people was like, oh, by the way, there's a shelter over here down the hall. I'm like, I don't care. I'm fine. I'm too tired to walk over there. If I die, I die. It's fine. It's tornado warning. I want to see it coming. And we're fine, obviously. But like people from the West Coast, people who didn't have no idea, have never dealt with a tornado before, were a bit anxious about it. People made badge ribbons for it. Like I survived the Gen Con tornado warning.
Okay, that's pretty great.
There's a t-shirt vendor out there. Oh, let me find them. People already have here it is. Let me.
It's just I survived, not I survived. I made my saving roll on the Gen Con tornado warning.
Let's
disappointed by that.
Let's see.
Can we also? It's just scrolled off. Major Hudson had a comment just off the top of the screen there that really deserves to be highlighted because that's quite something. Just scroll back a little way, Ross. The one about his Spanish LARP experience.
Oh, okay, yeah. Jeez. Super Soldier.
No, down a bit from there.
Okay, Major Hudson.
Literally.
There it is. It turned into a. Oh, okay. All right.
What I've heard about science fiction and science fiction conventions in like the 70s and 80s and 90s, there was always like one floor of the hotel set aside, and they're like, no, that's just Smut City up there. That's where you go if you look and bang.
Yeah.
So where was this place so I could make
yeah,
tell me how to get there so I could get away from there as efficiently as possible.
Out of intellectual curiosity, tell me more about the Spanish sex cult LARP. So I have heard about vampire LARPs that are full contact with no like consent asked beforehand. Like if you sign up for it, you're fair game. I don't know how real those go or whatever, but and that was just like but anyway, Gen Con. So I did several panel discussions that have all been recorded and they'll go up on RPPR. The RPPR live episode's already been posted. And that was a lot of fun. We did the AD&D trivia game, which
I remember this son of a bitch coming out.
Yeah,
I remember seeing this in stores and thinking that's a niche product.
Yeah, so the AD&D trivia game is hundreds of cards with AD and trivia. So what we did for Role Playing Public Radio is I divided the RPPR cast up into two teams. And I said, basically it's wrong answers only. Every card's actual answer is wrong. So each team proposes an answer. And then the audience votes with their, cheers and laughter and applause, which one is the actual right one. And so it was Caleb and Tom and Aaron, called The Horrible Monsters. And then we had, let's see here, Thad, David, who were both, very gay, and Dan, who was not gay. So we called them Dan and the Gay Agenda. And so those were the two teams. And
how gay would you say they are, Ross?
David David and Thad are both extremely gay. They are
just like flaming it up.
Oh yeah. Thad is a trans, and she is very very proud and very gay. And David literally wears only purple. He's nicknamed the Mauve Hand. And he's been involved as a pride parade organizer for years. Yeah. So, and
if I had that degree of self-knowledge, I'd be unstoppable. Okay.
Yeah. So I'd pull out these random cards and they'd ask them, and it was very funny. But the highlight of it, and when I asked this question, I was laughing so hard I couldn't breathe, and I clipped it and I put it out on.
I saw that.
Yeah,
a rod of splendor.
I asked. So if you had a rod of splendor, I was like, "We're not going to get this one." I think the
He's losing it now.
Yeah, with a rod of splendor, you can erect a huge silk tent. And how many people can you host in your huge silk tent with your rod of splendor? And it was just delightful. All
right,
so you have to listen to that episode on RPPR for that, if nothing else. Let me pull up. I'll put the link in the chat. It was
also in the chat. We've got. So I LARP a lot in Italy. I've written and organized LARPs, and friends I have worked with who have done international LARPs told me that English speakers are the reason they stopped having open bars at LARPs for reasons. And okay, as an English speaker, look, I get it, but you have to understand that we are disgusting, and when we drink, it just gets worse. Okay? So I think, to be fair, you really should just You should just accept our revolting pig nature and get on with it.
Oh, someone asked how esoteric these questions can get. So, like, why don't we do a sample here?
Back to Gen Con.
Yeah.
Hit me, Ross.
All right, so they go
feeling
from level
strong.
1 to 5. Greg, what level do you want? 1 is the easiest, 5 is the hardest. You want a 3?
Give me a 3. Give me a 3.
All right.
I hope it's about Cloud Kill. I hope it's about Cloud Kill.
Let me grab one with
Cloud Kill.
All right. I want to get one that's actually. Oh, here's a long one. So.
Oh, good. Oh,
all
good.
right.
Yeah, run out the clock.
When the rules for weapon speed are used to determine initiative, what effect does a weapon's magical bonus have? A, it lowers the typical speed for the weapon 1 point for each plus the weapon has. B, it reduces the normal weapon speed by 1 point. C, none. Magic does not make a weapon any easier to wield. Or D, it adds 1 point to an opponent's weapon speed. So weapon speed was a modifier for initiative in AD&D. So like daggers were faster than like a quarterstaff or whatever. So,
I'm going C. C.
Yeah, none. All right. The answer is A. The typical.
Well, they should have done C.
They should have done C. Well, that's yeah. So James
never saw a modifier he didn't like.
Exactly.
Yeah. I know. Hit me with the hard stuff.
All right, a level 5.
I made the mistake. I was playing the game and not the game.
Oh, this is a word problem. All right, so Captain Zenith is a 4th level fighter. Chainmail is his armor of choice. Lately, however, it seems as if someone's always beating the stuffing out of him. Zenith figures he needs better armor, so he's going to first class, full plate mail. The captain had better start saving his copper pieces. How much can Captain Zenith expect to spend for such wonderful armor, and why is it so expensive?
Just for plate mail.
Yeah, full plate mail.
200 gold pieces. Why is it so expensive? Because it needs to be fitted.
Close. It is 4,000 to 10,000 gold pieces. Each set is perfectly forged, specifically designed and custom fitted to a specific individual. So like half credit.
Oh, holy crap! That is a lot more than I remember.
Yeah. Well, this is AD&D. Yeah.
This is AD&D is what I grew up on. That is how I came into the hobby. My books are literally 1.5 yards, 2 yards that way. And 2 of them are the Softback Games Workshop editions. Very rare, not terribly collectible.
But of course,
yeah.
Not worth anything. Because they're British, so who cares? Why does anyone care about British AD&D material?
They're softback and color is spelled with a U. Those are the only differences.
I think AD&D stuff also changed probably several times because there was like early AD&D and like late AD&D, and I don't know when the trivia game was released.
Which one was the green box?
Was that
green
even
box? AD&D was only ever. I mean, there were starter sets, but it was only ever the 3 books. That's where the 3 hardbacks format came from.
All right, the DM, because I had the DMG with the Ifrit and the G string.
I've got to get them now.
No. So let's see other things for Gen Con. I did buy some things, of course. I bought some several RPGs, oddly enough. Let's see, Full Send, which is about mountain climbing and uses
it's too dark.
cards.
I can't be asked.
Yeah. So I really want to try this out because it uses tarot card for resolution, and it's just mountaineering. Has a lovely layout too.
That's gorgeous.
And yeah, I got that from +1 XP. Let's see here. Maddie actually got me this All Night Breakfast at the Midnight Owl. Which is a solo role-playing game where you are the creator and host of a supernatural investigation podcast. And so that seems up my alley. Let's see here. One book I really want to talk about is Hell of a Town. I finally got a copy of that. It is Who Framed Roger Rabbit / here, let me make my
gorgeous.
Screen bigger. Yeah, so like Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Cuphead. I'm currently playing a video game called Mouse P.I. Detective, which is the same kind of style, like 1930s cartoon characters going wild. Uses playing cards for resolution. I have an idea for a story already.
You were talking about this.
Yeah, last year I did a demo of this, and so they finally have the books now in stock. So I grabbed a copy. And yeah, it just looks lovely. Let's see here. Let's see here. Layers of Liminality, which is weird things you can encounter in liminal spaces. Let's see here. Welcome to the endless threads of the skin in a procedurally driven liminal dungeon crawl compatible with liminal horror. And yeah, it just has backrooms-esque kind of stuff. So that I bought a lot of zines this year. Let's see here.
Sure.
Roguelike
would you not?
Quick Start, which I have already run on RPPR, but it is taking roguelike video games and making them into a tabletop RPG. And
We talked about this.
the Babylon Lottery, a rules light RPG facilitated by Chronicler, where players and facilitators can pick or write an episode in the city's long history. Lottery mechanics inform character creation and campaign settings. Unique to the Babylon Lottery is the reshuffle and recreation of characters. Survive a lottery cycle, and you have the chance to live a new one as a whole new person. So, which sounded very intriguing to me. An RPPR fan gifted me a copy of Lacuna, which is
I have that one.
Yeah, it's been around a while. I've been aware of it. It's from 2006.
Wow,
yeah.
20 years old.
Yeah, Sinister.
That's almost old enough
James,
to drink in your backwards country.
No.
Could you say
Lacuna.
that again so that I can sigh even harder?
Sinister
Feel
secret agents
even older.
with shadowy employers and mysterious past, a bizarre landscape built from 6 billion human minds, arachnid-headed beings that guard a war-torn border zone, and the worst mankind has to offer, stalking the alleys and crumbling buildings of a place called Blue City. Is it a dream? Is it a nightmare? Or is it just a game? And are you already playing? Let's see here. I got the Snarl Quick Start Guide. This is a new eco fantasy role-playing game from the same minds who brought us Eclipse Phase. Fight for survival in a menacing sylvan environment of kilometer-high trees. Adventure from the airships of the canopy to the misty, twisted paths of tangles, and further below to the eerie, phosphorescent depths of the mulch and the roots. Mystic Sap fuels your battles against the dual encroaching threats of the blight and the creep. No humans, deep world building, a blend of modern rules, dynamic zone-based combat. I'm looking forward to that. And then another game I'm looking forward to play, Dreadnoughts, which is the Mothership rules, but for nautical horror. So it is.
I can see that. That's tasty. That's a very clever idea.
You know what you should run with that is the Terror.
Yeah, basically. You could easily do the Terror, something set in the Sargasso Sea. There's all kinds.
You could do Rime with the Ancient Mariner.
Yeah, that's exactly the kind of vibe this is going for. So I had to snatch that. I picked another one, the Cryptid Show, a two-player storytelling game about constructing and deconstructing cryptid sightings, inspired by radio shows like Coast to Coast AM and Art Bell. One player is the caller and one is the host, working together to solve the cryptid conundrum plaguing the caller. So that was.
As an aside, can I talk about books I've read? So there's a Wisconsin writer who has a series of mysteries called the Cryptid Hunter Mysteries.
Mm-hmm.
And they're okay, but not. I'm not gonna get the third one. I got the first two because I'm like, I have been to these places, these mysteries, and I'm like, it's got cryptids. It's got to be good. But she's trying to do 4 different things, and I'm like, this would be better if she was only trying to do 3 of these things, and even better if she just did 2 of them really well. So, I hate to be a hater, but I cannot, in good conscience, endorse the Cryptid Hunter Mysteries. Sorry.
Fair enough.
But back to. That's what I was reading while you were at Gen Con.
Yep. Death Grind
yeah.
Megastructure, which is a rules light game inspired by Blame, and you're dungeon crawling in a big megastructure. which is 100% my vibe. I love Blame, the manga and anime. If you haven't seen that,
What is Blame? Tell me about this.
Blame is there's an exclamation point in it. You need to know. It is
Blame.
Blame.
Yeah. Let me pull up a little. Let's see here.
Yeah, Netflix has it, I think.
Yeah, the manga is obviously better.
I have zoomed past it many times.
Yeah, it is basically in a sci-fi thing.
Blame.
Yeah.
I thought you were saying Blaine, Blaine, like it was a guy's name. Yes, this is Blaine. He's a prick.
Blaine with an exclamation mark.
Okay.
Blaine! What the fuck have you done now?
So
that's a great title.
Yeah, it is a great title.
With the M.
It's sci-fi distant future. There's this mega structure going from Earth to Jupiter, and it's just these robots have been building it for thousands and thousands of years, and they never stop. They're just rogue, and so it's going through this endless, massive mega structure.
What if they build it out of? Mars and Saturn?
I don't remember. They probably the asteroid belt, I think. Yeah, like the main belt. And it's just beautiful art, and you know,
that is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's very great inspiration for sci-fi RPGs, and you know, I'm a sucker for a good mega structure, and this is one of the more well rendered ones. And yeah, so when there's a scene saying like,
I'm guessing it is not. It has no pretensions to hard SF, because I'm thinking about the orbital mechanics, and I'm like, at some point the structure would go through the sun, because it's not like, you know, the Earth has got to be orbiting faster than Jupiter is. So at some point, yeah.
It's manga. They don't give a shit about, you know. It's about the vibes. So
it's what was the Junji Ito Hellstar Ramina vibes.
Yeah. Let's see if I got anything else.
James, are you wrinkling up your face at Hellstar Ramina?
I have never heard of it.
It's a Junji Ito
to me.
Yeah.
It is about a planet that shows up and is a living being, and there is a scene where it licks the Earth with its 10,000-mile-long tongue, and people blame Ramina, the astronomer's daughter that he named it after, for its appearance.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's Junji Ito. It's horror.
Yeah. It's Junji Ito. Yeah. So yes, a pretty girl suffers undeservedly, and the world ends.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm just wondering what the world tastes like. Salty, mostly, I'm guessing.
Yeah. All that salt water.
Yeah.
So I got some board games as well, some pins and a couple other things. Maddie got a stack of board games that goes up to my waist, just standing up. Like,
nice. You hang on to that one, Ross.
Yeah. It was really the best. You know, meeting all the fans, having a good time, hanging out at the Diana Jones Awards. One of the highlights is actually going back to the hotel at 1:30 in the morning. I'm wearing the RPPR t-shirt, and someone stops me before I go up the elevator. It's just Maddie and me. And I was like, "Do you know Roleplay Public Radio?" Do you know? It's like, "Yeah, no, it's me. I'm Ross Payton." And he's like, "Oh my god, I love your show. I was in high school when I started listening to it. Now I have a career. I'm doing Mech Warrior live streaming and podcasting here with Cattle's Game Labs, and like I got into Delta Green and Red Marcus because of you, and I've been doing this. Like, holy shit! Like, wow. Yeah, we talked for like
it's all your fault.
Yeah, it's all my fault.
You touched a life, Ross.
Yeah.
Boop.
Yeah, basically.
That's got to feel good, though. I mean,
it does.
I've had it. Well, and it's weird because there's so often when you create anything, it can feel like, okay, I've spent anywhere between 6 and 18 months pouring my life into this vessel, and now I release it to you, the world, and nothing happens, and nothing happens, and nothing happens. You're like, okay. And then like 8 years later, someone shows up out of nowhere and is like, oh man, that was so meaningful to me. That has influenced the way I experience life. Thank you. I did not understand myself until I read that. And I'm like, what? But, yeah?
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had a similar thing with bizarrely, my Warhammer novels, which were released to a resounding silence.
You never know what it's going to be.
Yeah.
You really don't. And then,
it's
it's like 10 or 12 years later, I just, I get an email about once every 6 months. Someone's tracked me down going, your book quite often it's meant so much to me when I was a teen and helped me through some dark times. And because the first book is me working through some dark times, pretty much. There's an entire chapter in my Warhammer novel where the protagonist lies naked in freezing mud at midnight and thinks about how sad he is. And it's the whole chapter. It's a Warhammer novel and people are expecting bloodshed and orcs and shit. I'm really pleased with it. But it took a decade for me to get any feedback. And just that it touched one or two people and meant something to them makes it all worthwhile.
Well, and I'll tell you, I've been on the other side of it because in the early-ish days of like Web 1.5 or something, right? I found Zilpha Keating Snyder's email address. And, this is the woman who wrote the kids' books I read, that like the weird kids' books, the Egypt Game and the Headless Cupid, that are kind of spooky and freaky. And I wrote her this appreciation fan email. I'm like, your books, I made my mom get the record of the Egypt Game out of the library over and over, and I would just listen to it. And I'm like, so I'm a writer now and I write horror, and I would like to thank you for putting that into my life. And she's like, wow, that's great. She must have been like 75 or 80 when she got this email. And so it just, if you like a writer, write them an email or a post or some damn thing, or send a letter to them that says, yes, I like your work. And if you could, bonus points if you're like, this is why. If you just say it's great, that's great. But when people are like, these are the specific themes that it touched upon that I found meaningful, that's like, that will put some gas in your writer's tank for 1.5 years.
Holy shit, yes.
Yeah,
absolutely. It's an amazing feeling when it happens. And I bang on about this on social media as well, but also if there's something you like, particularly in role play, just leave a little review on the site where you bought it. Literally a line or two. It makes a difference. It really, really does. I mean, to us, because it's a public acknowledgement, somebody has read and enjoyed our stuff, but also to people who are coming along and looking for recommendations. It means potentially money in our pockets. Not very much money because this is the role-playing industry, but it does make a difference.
Yeah, it does.
And we are enormously grateful when it happens. Even just, if you can't be asked to do that, leave a rating. Just, and please don't make it 3 stars because that's just worse than nothing. 4 or 5 stars or, But
and don't forget to rate and review Ludonarrative Dissidents on your podcast app of choice.
Yes. Like and subscribe.
Did you see the quote from like a medical doctor who posts a screenshot from something and it's like 4 out of 5 stars. Dr. Miller saved my life. And he's like, I do not.
What the fuck do I have to do for the 5th?
How to get that 5th star?
Yeah.
Well, and if you've listened to the podcast Bubble, which I recommend because it's hilarious, it is about people who get involved in a gig economy monster hunting app on a strange alien planet. And so, the heroine is like, yeah, please rate us 5 stars. And they're like, well, I think I'm going to give you 4. She's like, I saved your life and your children's lives. What do I have to do to get that 5th star? He's like, I don't know. I just felt there wasn't any pizzazz. When Van saved our lives, I mean, he was like jumping all over the place, doing these cool acrobatics, cracking out one-liners. It was great.
All right, I won't save you again. Got it. Noted.
That Bubble is so funny. It is so funny. It's got an episode called The Dark District, which has John Hodgman as a guest.
Oh, yeah.
And John Hodgman is funny, right? Yeah. The funniest thing I think I have ever heard John Hodgman say is the line from Bubble. Oh, Etsy's great. I got some custom Shrek pajamas made. Initially, the artist didn't want it to depict Shrek pregnant. But everyone has a price.
Although speaking of funny, we were talking about recommendation things we were watching earlier. I forgot to mention Maddie and I have started watching Spider Noir, and it is very, very good. Nicolas Cage is having a blast in it.
Clearly he is enjoying his asshole.
Yeah,
that's on one of the.
It's on Amazon.
I don't have right.
It's on Amazon Prime.
But Jeff Bezos can eat it. But yeah.
It is extremely fun. It is brilliant. We were watching you have the choice of watching it in black and white or in color. We're watching in black and white, and it is shot like it is in black and white, and it is absolutely beautiful.
It's nailed. The feeling of noir is spot on. It's really part of the pleasure is the homage.
Yeah,
the clear passion that the team have for this stuff.
Even the precocious child street urchin character is fun and not annoying, which I thought was impossible for me.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But
that's crazy, Rob. Do you even hear yourself right now, Rob?
I mean, it's I'm having a blast with it, so it's well worth watching, and I highly recommend.
All right.
So I think
I'm just trying to locate Dropbox is being an arsehole to me. There was a review that we found in Sweden of the local supermarket to the island, and Dropbox is continuing to be an arsehole and is not loading. Talk among yourselves. I will find this review. It is the most Swedish review of anything that you will possibly ever encounter.
Have you gotten a chance to play this yet?
Oh, yes.
Other than when you ran it.
So thank you again.
The game that was conceived, born, and delivered on Ludonarrative Dissidents.
Yes,
Thomas Jefferson Speedway Hell.
Welcome to Thomas Jefferson Speedway to Hell, a game for fans of racing, damnation, pushing your luck to get there first, a sarcastic approach to history and morality, and for people who like Speed Racer and thought it should have been more like Hellraiser. That's a hell of a tagline. That's a hell of a elevator pitch. Yeah. So.
Thank you. I'm not usually confident in my marketing, but
this is really good. And it's a really nice. Where'd you get these printed, by the way? This is really nice.
Mix them.
Okay, yeah.
I got that back, and I'm like, shit, they nailed it.
Yeah, they did.
So I'm gonna be kickstarting that probably next month. But that is the game that I came up with, talking to these two guys, and I'm like, nobody's really done like the gold standard of chase mechanics. What if I tried? Why not?
Do you plan to run it sometime this month for me, Caleb, and whoever else in the RPPR cast? Because I really want to see what damned person from history Caleb is going to pick. I'll probably
my money's on Henry Kissinger. I bet Henry Kissinger. Don't tell him I said that.
Yeah. Now, what would Henry Kissinger ride in a motor race?
Dune buggy.
Dune buggy. Okay. All right. That was said pretty quickly and confidently. So you must be right. Yeah.
I've been thinking about this for months, Ross.
All right. Fair enough.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I found the review. bear in mind, this is a review from Google of the only supermarket on a fairly small island in the Stockholm archipelago. I will attempt to do a Swedish accent. It will be bad. I apologize. It was a hot day. 25 degrees plus. An ice cream would have been nice. But Tempo didn't have a single sugar-free ice cream. We had to go to Norrtalgi instead. Incidentally, Ulstero, the island, may be nice for those who live there, but completely without attractions. This is going French. I'm sorry. The last person to be guillotined in Sweden came from there. That was 1910. Nothing has happened here since then. The commercial benefits of sugar-free ice cream haven't even been discovered. Time flies. The mind stands still. 2 stars. That's a
time flies.
It's like a fucking Bergman monologue. You know, he's just staring out into the ocean, ranting about sugar-free ice cream. You know,
yeah. Just actual. It's not it doesn't deserve a 2-star review. I'd say 3, maybe 3.5.
Yeah.
It's a supermarket. Where else on an island? Where else are you gonna go?
It's the exact person that leaves reviews. True for
all right. Well,
yeah.
I was also on an island. While Ross was at Gen Con, I was on Madeline Island in Lake Superior. Just having the most relaxed week, listening to horror podcasts, reading mystery novels, going to the beach, and creating inscrutable art objects. So I'm having fun with this. It's mixed media, ceramic, and fiber. Because once you're into fiber arts, man, forever it will dominate your destiny.
Ooh, interesting.
Or at least your desktop.
Working on those.
You could use that first object as like a fancy napkin holder, like cloth napkins.
No
utility.
Everything
No.
in this series of objects is meant to refer to nothing, imply nothing, and mean nothing.
You know, I'm sorry, Greg.
Reference.
It could be a cow tool. I think it's definitely in the category of cow tool.
I think so. I don't think you're going to score highly on the Great Pottery Throwdown if that's made its way across the Atlantic. It's Bake Off, but for pottery, basically.
It hasn't. And I would watch that, and it's got what's her name?
Definitely.
Who does like the tentacle pots, right?
Yeah, first she's left now, but yeah, the first few seasons she is running the kiln, and she's great.
Last question.
I follow her on Blue Sky
from chat. What a review! Was that translated, or did they write that in English?
I have no idea. It's on Google. You know, Google just goes, "Here's some text." I'm not going to tell you anything about it.
Fair enough.
Yeah, there's bits in there that suggest it was machine translated.
Okay.
There's a couple
so probably autotrade, which is another level to the poetry of that particular review. So we're wrapping up our hour. We'll get the last episode out probably Monday. Actually, we'll probably post this first, and then post the zine, and then we'll post the last episode at the end of the month. I think,
which it must be said is a banger. It's really good. It's us playing The Quiet Year with Dr. Emily Friedman and Avery Alder, who designed The Quiet Year, and it's just great. It's so much fun. It's crazy. It's touching. It's everything you want a game of The Quiet Year to be.
And it is a video episode. We will post an audio only version for the podcast feed, but
you gotta have
you should.
Well, you don't gotta have the art, but
I'll the video version will have the art. I'll get a screenshot of the final map so you can look at it. It was great. But yeah, so we'll try and get everything for the rest of the season out this month, including this live stream, and then we'll have stay tuned. So probably in our September live stream, we'll be talking about season 4 and our plans therein for that. So time keeps on moving forward, Greg, unfortunately.
The mind stands still.
I hate time so much.
Yeah, that's fair.
Your ass time.
Yeah, no, the inexorable progression of time is always annoying to me. So thank you you all so much for hanging out with us,
Yes.
or if you're listening later.
This was a good one.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe the listeners are like, oh, God, I wish that guy from Wisconsin would just shut the fuck up. But I had a really lovely time. So
Yeah.
for me,
we should play Continuum next time. Yeah, well, that'll solve
we
our
should.
problem.
I didn't even have time to.
Problem.
Yeah.
I've not done a proper name. Gareth Hanrahan was in town with his lovely wife a day or two ago because he's got a new book out, which he is touring for.
Yeah.
The Dungeon Book, which is basically the Jungle Book, but set in a dungeon. And if that doesn't sell you on it, then you have no soul. It's typical Gar stuff. It's beautifully written. There's humor, there's poignancy, there's gorgeous art by his gorgeous wife, who is a professional semi-professional artist. Really, really nice. Out now, I think, literally now. I think it came out in the UK on the 12th. I think it was out in America on today, in fact. Could be wrong.
Wow.
But anyway, do look
All right.
out for that.
All right.
And I could go off and do another 5 minutes on this, but I won't because it's late.
We're already 5 minutes over.
Yeah.
Thank
you so much for listening.
All right.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about the Swedish
Thank
kebab
you.
pizza either, but that's something you have to join our Discord to find out about, or follow James on Blue Sky. But thank you all so much. We'll talk to you later.